Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad FAWWAZ bin ZURADI. My metric number is 1201390. Okay, I will explain about the introduction of Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani. Alright, Nusantara, all known as the Malay Archipelago in the west, is an extensive group of islands that occupy the space between Southeastern Asia and Australia and divide the Indian Ocean by the Pacific Ocean. Okay, thus many religious scholars are from this country and are expert in many fields. And one of them is a prominent scholar that we have studied is Sheikh Daud Fatani from Fatani, southern Thailand. He is a famous figure and most appreciated in the region as well as to the Islamic world, because he has a pioneer of writing Islamic book that in the which development of Fatani as a center of Islamic study. Hence the study of Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani to discover his life as an Islamic scholar, to cherish his effort. Alright, this study also significantly important to the youth generation, because we need to know deeply about the well-being figure in the Islamic world. Alright, that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
For historical background, his real name is Sheikh Daud bin Abdullah Al-Fatani, and he was born on the year of 1720 at Kampung Parit Marhum Kerset, Fatani, Thailand. And he has published his books like such as number 1, Kifayatu Muqtadi fi Usuli al-I'tiqadil Murshidin, and number 2, Risalatu Ta'alluki bi Kalimatil Iman, and the third, Hidayatu Muta'allim wa Umdatu al-Mu'allim, and fourth, Sullamu Muqtadi fi Ma'rifatil Muhtadi, and number 5, Furu'ul Masail wa Usulul Wasail, and number 6, Bughiyatul Tullab, and number 7, Munyatul Musalli. And Sheikh Daud has died in 1879 when he was 159 years old in Taif, and was buried in Taif.
Hi, my name is FATIMAH binti AZZAHAR. My metric number is 1201435. So I will continue with my part, which is method dakwah Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani. As we all know, Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani, an influential Islamic scholar and reformist, and employed various methods in his dakwah. Effort to promote Islamic teaching and revive the practice of Islam. So here are some aspects that might have been part of a Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani approach. First, teaching and education. Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani likely focused on imparting knowledge and educating individuals about Islamic principles, beliefs, and practices. This could have involved delivering sermons, khutbah in mosques, conducting lectures, and teaching in Islamic schools or educational institutions. Secondly, Qurani exegesis. Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani may have emphasized the importance of understanding the Quran, its interpretation and application in daily life. He might have conducted tafsir session interpretation of the Quran to help individuals comprehend the teaching of the Quran and gain insight into his guidance. Thirdly, emphasize on authentic sources. It is likely that Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani stressed the importance of referring to authentic sources of Islamic knowledge, such as the Quran and the Hadith, saying and action of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. This approach will have encouraged Muslims to base their belief and practices on authoritative texts and.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AIMAN bin HAIRUZAM. My metric number 1201387. I would like to continue about the method of Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani. The fourth one about spiritual development. Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani may have emphasized the need for his spiritual growth and purification of the heart. The fifth one about the moral guidance, which is Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani might have provided moral guidance and ethical teachings to help individual development about strong characters and virtuous behavior. The sixth is about writing and publication. Writing and publication, which is Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani was known for his written work, which played a significant role in spreading his ideas and teachings. So one of his kitab was Kitab Al-Muta'allim wa Umdah Al-Mu'allim. So that's all for me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is ARINA WAZIRAH binti AZANOL. My metric number 1201377. Okay, for the role and contribution of Sheikh Daud, the first one is as a mufakir. He expressed some overarching principle about education. The first rule is to educate yourself first before teaching others. The second is having a solid understanding of learning, which enable us to develop into teacher who can create confident learner. He also have a firm grasp of life, or what is now frequently referred to as the Islamic educational philosophy in particular. His educational philosophy is based on the knowledge of ilmu fardu ain, which is something that must be learned in order to support one belief and worship. Okay, the second one is administration. Sheikh Abdul Halim from Kelantan used knowledge of Sheikh Daud to advise the Sultan Muhammad Kelantan in government from 1800 until 1897. This contribution has included a larger group of people of the entire population, especially Muslim in the state of Kelantan and in Fatani, who still benefit from Islam-based political system. Sheikh Daud also as a transformational leader with high charisma when he is successful in changing the administrative structure. The third one is as a teacher. His reputation established when his student Sheikh Abdul Halim start his education in Kota Kubang Labu, Kelantan. This shows that the Islamic education system, which is also known as the Native Malay Islamic education system, has been more successful in maintaining a formal education system than the formal education system supported by the British. He also still finds the time and energy to fulfill his obligation to teach in lectures on a variety of subjects, including law, religion, Sufi, and many others. Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani education has produced many well-known scholars among the inhabitants of the archipelago, including Sheikh Wan Musa, Sheikh Hassan Isa, and others. Okay, the first one is in writing. The quantity of book Sheikh Daud has written of knowledge has been used as a source of information for many years. He also wrote most of his book by hand. He wrote sincerely, not only looking for financial returns. This is worship and hate of his professionalism for the world of special education and universal human beings in general. He also considered as an skilled Sufi figure because, in his opinion, he adheres to Sunnah of Hujjatul Islam, specifically Imam Al-Ghazali. The last one is social affairs. He also purchased a house in Medina to monitor the community that he managed. As a Sheikh of Hajj, it is his duty to guide pilgrims in the smooth implementation of their journey, as well as to take care of the health and security of pilgrims while they are there.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is SYABILA binti SUZELIE, metric number 1201424. I will explain about the issues and challenges. The issues and challenges that Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani faced is when he started to spread dakwah in Fatani, when Fatani experienced political instability. From 1785, the Islamic kingdom of Fatani indirectly fell into the hands of the Siamese Thailand colonialists. Due to this tragedy, Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani went to the field to preach to Muslims in Fatani and made the development of Islam in Fatani continue to grow without any inhibition. Among the challenges faced by Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani is due to the occurrence of political instability, so there are limitations in the political field with the government of Thailand. The government give opportunities in politics, but there are still limitations for the Muslim of Fatani, such as in organizing Islamic political organization and so on. With this, Islamic preaching activity have their obstacles, so the Muslim of Fatani try to find a solution to fully carry out the Islamic preaching. In addition, there are non-Muslims spread their religion in rural areas and in schools. Because of them, it has a negative effect on Patani Muslim. There are Patani people who are affected by the ideas spread by them. In addition, that make it worse is because of the attitude of Patani community that is easily influenced by Asian culture or ancestral belief, especially those living in rural areas. Other than that, Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani's involvement in Patani's independence struggle has received a great challenge from the Thai colonialists, forcing him and his followers to retreat to Doyong Terengganu Island in Malaysia. Then he and some his followers migrated to Mecca. In Mecca, he started to continue his busy schedule as a Sheikh Haji, and he was also active in teaching and writing religious books. And he finally died there in 1297.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Ilham binti ZAKI, metric number 1203061, and I'll be presenting about the legacy and prospect of Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani. And first, I'm going to go with the definition of prospect. So what is prospect? So basically, prospect according to the dictionary is the outlook for the future. So for your better understanding, outlook is a person's way of understanding and thinking about something. So Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani way of thinking and understanding about something is fully to the development of his birthplace Fatani in Thailand, and toward Islam, and also toward Islamic world directly from the thought that he put into writing. Hence, he left a massive legacy under his name, Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani, and through his writing. So after we went through the definition of prospects, we also want to know the definition of legacy, but I bet you guys already used to the word of legacy. So I'm gonna state the definition of legacy. Legacy is money or property left by a person by someone who has died. But in the context of Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani, he didn't left money, he didn't left property to the future generation, but he left something more valuable than that, which is knowledge. Many books written by him are still in use in Islamic school or boarding school, especially in Fatani, his birthplace, and other countries in archipelago countries such as Malaysia and Indonesia, up until nowadays. And first, the book that he left as his legacy is book Furu Al-Masail, or Al-Masail wa Usul Al-Wasail. So Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani wrote about the aspects of consumption in this book. So what is consumption? So basically, consumption is consuming, the way of consuming something, the way of consuming a resources. So Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani stated that there are at least 9 aspects of economic consumption. There are price tag, freedom to buy and sell goods, the right way, rightful way of consumption, arbitration, safeguarding the rights of the consumers, the guarantee of selling and purchasing, rights of consumers, choice and discounts, and lastly, the prohibition of hiding. So first is the aspect of price tag. Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani stated that every single good or product that is on display in the shop for sale, obviously, must be tagged with the exact price tag. This is because we want to ease the customer who want to choose and want to comparing the price and can make a decision quickly. And second is the aspect of freedom to buy and sell goods to the customer. Also has right to choose what they want to buy, which seller, and where is the shop where they want to buy and purchase the goods. Okay, so every buyer has so many rights, such as right to be informed, right to safety, right to be heard, right to have problems corrected, and right to service, and also right to choose whatever they want to buy, and also seller also have right to sell whatever they want, as long as it is bound by the regulation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And third is the rightful of consumption. So the methods of consumption must be bound by rules and strict regulations of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. So for example, if we buy phone, we must use the phone correctly. We must use the phone to communicate with our parents, with our family, with our friends. We want to search for the exact information about assignment whatsoever. And we can't use phone in the wrong way, such as watching too much entertainment, watching porno whatsoever. And fourth is the aspect of arbitration. So what is arbitration? Arbitration is easily a finding mutual understanding between sides that are not in the same boat in their opinions concerning who has the upper rights for goods or services. So it has 6 major categories. Sheikh Daud Fatani stated 6 major categories, and one of that is a contract of buy. Buy is in Arabic, which is sell, which is a product is replaced with another product that is called sul muawwadah. And the decision is based on the agreement between two parties. Two parties here is the seller and the customer, and it is helping to prevent something bad from happening in the future. And fifth is the aspect of safeguarding the rights of the consumers. Remember, I have mentioned earlier that buyers also have the right to the safety of the product that they are going to buy or services that they are using. Therefore, the seller must firmly confirm the safeguarding of the offered goods or services. And number 6 is the aspects of guarantee of selling and purchasing rights of consumers. Seven is the aspects of choice. Buyers have the right freedom to choose either to proceed or cancel any contract that has been agreed upon with the seller, such as the sales of imperfect or damaged products be forgiven or received by the buyers when it is still in the warranty period. The damage is either caused by the seller, for example, accidentally dropping a glass onto the floor, and automatically the contract of the sale and purchase becomes invalid and not accepted, and the buyers do not have to pay for the price of the product. And number 8 is the aspect of discount. The aspect of discount is part of khiyar through the method of RC. So now, what is RC? I bet a lot of you guys do not used to the word of RC, so am I. But therefore, I'm going to explain the meaning of RC for your clear understanding. RC is something with a reduction of a price from the specific original price of the product when there is a defect within the product. So from the perspective of our scholar, Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani, RC is when a buyer bargaining for a lower price than the original price. So the seller must consider the price with the buyer and have to consider so many aspects and reason. And lastly, the aspects of the prohibition of hiding, or we call it hoarding. Hoarding is the act of waiting for the price to increase and then selling it to a higher price to gain more profit. So this situation we could see back 2 years ago when we are in lockdown of COVID-19. There are so many sellers, there are so many retailers who keeping the stock of the product because they wanna sell it to the higher price because they know that people will buy it eventually because there's no choice. That's all from book Furu' al-Masail. So we move to the book Bughayatul Tulab. So in this book, Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani stressed about the concept of students' ethics toward teachers. There are 9 types of ethics of students toward teachers. First, the ethics of students toward teachers in seeking knowledge. We know that knowledge is something valuable. Therefore, we must behave. We must with a sincere heart and soul and detached from any bad things before we seeking knowledge from someone who expert. Second is the ethics of student during studying. Students must preparing to do your best and do not late to the class. And third, the ethics of students while with the teachers. Students must respect and obey the teachers as how they respect and obey their parents. And then the ethics in choosing teachers. This is such a new knowledge for me. Students must choose a person who is clever, intelligent, experienced, pious, older, and someone who is with a nice personality and behavior, so that you guys can seek knowledge peacefully, and the knowledge that you guys got from the teacher is something valid and something valuable for your future. And ethics of students in school. Such a simple ethics are like entering the class with silence, giving salam to the people in the class, smiling and wishing a good wish. For example, good morning to your teachers or to your friends and whoever in the class. And the ethics of students while sitting. Students are required to sit properly and calmly and with full of adab. And the ethics of student in speaking. So speak with a person who can give you a benefit and avoid speaking about a lame topic. And lastly, the ethics of student in asking questions. Do not ask weird questions and avoid asking too many questions. And you must raise your hand before you asking question and wait for the teacher's permission before you asking the question. And lastly, in the book of Al-Manhaj As-Salafi fi Bayan Al-Ramzi Al-Sufi, Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani explain and discuss about the term of fana. So what is fana? Fana is the vanishing of the human weak attribute that are embellished from various demands of evil desire. And Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani stated that a concept called martabat tujuh, or 7 stages or 7 degrees of existence. The 7 stages are ahadiyah, wahdah, wahidiyah, alam arwah, alam insan, alam ajsam, and alam mithal. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Aisyah binti Muhammad ZULPARMI, and today I'm going to conclude about our topic, which is Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani. Alright, so as we already know, Sheikh Daud Al-Fatani was a well-known scholar in the archipelago during his time and has left a significant legacy in several domains, including fiqh, particularly fiqh mu'amalah, which is the foundation of Islamic banking practice. And until today, his works are still relevant and utilized on numerous levels by Muslims in their daily lives. And his writing and opinions on the issues of Islamic banking included in Furu' al-Masail, despite being on 132 pages long and based on fiqh Shafi'i, have become a significant reference for Islamic banking practitioners and those directly or indirectly interested in the sector. All of his published works are written and translated in Jawi, yet the majority of them have beautiful and fascinating titles in Arabic, as if they were pure Arabic books. Hidayah al-Muta'allim and others are among them.